manipulation did you endure in parenting?
While being parented,
Yeah, while
I
being a parent.
I was extremely manipulated through my mom. There's a few problems, and I definitely, before I point fingers out, I like to look in or see why. I just don't want to believe that people are bad or people do something just because. Uh,
I thought I was okay with who I was. You know what I'm saying? And then there's those moments where you get around people that feel like they're better than others. They feel like what they're doing is cooler than what you're doing. You too young, you know what I'm saying? You too old to be still watching Ninja Turtles or what have you. And you try to fit in. And that's exactly what I did.
Roll me Mac.
Do you remember who you were before programming? Yes, I do. Before the programming, I was a very happy-go-lucky child. I saw the good in everybody. I just wanted to be full of joy, right? And then I felt like I had to prove myself, and that started with family. You know, trying to be accepted by your peers. You know, older cousins, and you know what I mean, and like you just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. But a part of you was very much, you know, like for me, that the individual that I was before, like the programming, Ninja Turtles, wrestling. There was a lot of like kids music type shit. I used to listen to The Boys. Their album Message from the Boys was big when we were in Cuba. I used to listen to Perfect Gentleman. Their first album, rated PG. They had a hit song called, had two songs, two of them now. One More Chance, and the second one was Ooh La La, I Can't Get Over You. And like for a young black boy who was into music, wanting to be in the music group, like that's what I saw. And the funny thing is, the father of one of the boys in the group was Maurice Starr. He's the one that discovered, you know, New Edition. A little fun fact for you there, music trivia and all of that. Yeah, I was very much, all I wanted to do was play games, play video games. I wanted to play fight. I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to play fight. I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to watch Ninja Turtles from sun up to sundown. There was not a greater cartoon for me than the Ninja Turtles. I used to watch Bozo the Clown back then, before that programming. Like when I was doing probably what I wanted to do, not so much influenced by my peers. What else did I do? Talk to myself in my room. I had Invisible Brothers. I had Invisible Brothers, and this is all before my brother was born, obviously. But yeah, I used to talk to these invisible niggas in my room. And this is in Cuba. There was peace. You know, like I said, I was a very happy-go-lucky child. You know what I'm saying? Like, just look at myself in old footage. I guess this one video I was logging into an old YouTube, and my cousin shared with me her birthday party. I love you, Tiff. We were young, very young. I mean, I think she was 3, I was 5, or She was turning 4 and I was 6, but you know, it was just me and her, you know, together. And I could just see my face and just the look of innocence. You know, I hadn't been tainted yet, as far as I know. Yeah, I'm gonna say that I wasn't tainted yet by peer pressure, be it from the older cousins the ones I was trying to get the validation from, kids in school and all that stuff. You know, just you know, very, very full of love, very full of love. Yeah, just had much to be happy about, right? I didn't want to do anything but be a kid. I thought I was okay with who I was. You know what I'm saying? And then there's those moments where you get around people that feel like they're better than others. They feel like what they're doing is cooler than what you're doing. You too young, you know what I'm saying? You too old to be still watching Ninja Turtles or what have you. And you try to fit in. And that's exactly what I did. You know, I took on, I wanted to speak slang so bad to be cool. And I'm looking, I can remember vividly looking at this old birthday party. It's my brother's, no, it's my birthday party. It was my birthday party. We were in Pax River. And I'm like, I sounded so fucking proper. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how the fuck did I go from saying, "Thought so, Dad," to saying, you know what I mean, like, "Man, that cool, man," you know, just kind of you're literally changing your voice to make sure that you sound cool. The way I see it, like, cool to me is dumbing myself down. And I did that. I really did. I dumbed myself down, especially like in the 6th grade. In the 6th grade, I saw a kid get so much laughter, right? And I'm sure I've shared this story before, as much as I've shared many other stories before on this thing. For the true fans that's been down from day one, understand these stories will repeat themselves, and I don't give a fuck. But like, I'm in Miss Copeland's class in Johnny Yates Middle School, Suffolk, Virginia. Shout out to back home, 757 Hampton Roads. You know, I'm in class and I'm seeing this kid get so much response from the kids in the class, like that laughter. I wanted that love. It's really what I was doing. I just wanted to chase that love. I just, you know, it was attention-seeking behavior on his part. I would learn later on, you know what I'm saying, looking back after going to therapy myself and like recognizing what the fuck that was, you know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to just be seen. I wanted to feel seen. I wanted to feel heard and loved, you know? So I changed who I was and became the program. You know, the program version of me that acted like he was too cool to watch Power Rangers. Knowing damn well I was watching Power Rangers with my brother, as well as Barney and Toby Terrier. It actually came with like this, it came with a cassette, like a VHS tape, and then you have Toby Terrier, and then Toby Terrier would respond to whatever was playing on the VHS tape. And I'd be right there with him. I think sometimes I'd be watching when his ass wasn't even around. But like, I was, there's no future in your front. I would learn later on in a very big way in my life. But before the programming, man, I was, I didn't take shit personal. I felt like I was enough. You know what I'm saying? I smiled a hell of a lot more. And I was just innocent. And you know, it's innocent. And a lot of times our kids have something that happens to them. Like, they keep that innocence, and you love that about kids. You know what I'm saying? And then something happens and you get tainted by life, man. And then you stop trusting a lot of people. You know, a lot of people very close to you stop trusting, you know, so-called friends, but yet and still you're afraid to be alone, so you hang with the people that treat you like shit. I did it. I did that throughout middle school. I was picked on, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause they knew I wasn't gonna fight back. I was a bitch, straight up. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to fight. I didn't know that I could. And so I was taken advantage of because of that. Scrawny little kid, you know, maybe all of 5 foot even throughout middle school. Hell, my first girlfriend towered over me. You know what I mean? I think she was already 5'6". Kevin Hart and his wife. But like, there was so many moments that I can remember about myself before the programming. And I asked myself, why the fuck did you do that? How strong is love? That you're willing to drop everything that you actually love to become something so that you can somewhat feel what love was. What you thought was love, you know what I'm saying? The acceptance. And I mean, I take great pride in just doing whatever the fuck I want to do now, whether people are into it or not. Like for me now, I do what I like. I do what I like to do. I do what I want to do, and make no bones about it. You know, whatever I want to listen to, I'm gonna listen to. Whatever I want to watch, I want to watch. And there was a lot of shit that I programmed myself to like, that I do not care for now. You know, like I really find myself not enjoying certain songs that come out from hip hop. You know, I tend to listen to, like I said, more instrumentals these days. My latest passion is chant music. Like it was one time on Kings of Comedy, Cedric was in like I don't know, he's like in this open space. It had a lot of reverb and shit, and he was singing. It sounded like the chant music. And I just thought that shit was the funniest. But I really do like chant music now. It's spooky as shit at night. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is when it's dark and that shit is on. It sounds like the Undertaker is in the fucking room. But I mean I love it though. No, I just like instrumentals. Instrumentals allow me to think. I need a calm mind to make sound decisions. So I'll listen to that more often. Don't get me wrong. If it's a dope song, I fuck with. But contrary to popular belief, I'm not crazy about "Not Like Us" by Kendrick. I think it's a dope record, but I don't see myself listening to it. Like I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like my Kendrick is "To Pimp a Butterfly." I love that shit. "To Pimp a Butterfly" to me is the greatest album by Kendrick Lamar to date. That's just me. I have a nostalgic feeling and connected to it, but that's my one right there. "To Pimp a Butterfly." Me before the programming, guys, like I say, you know, I tend to ramble, but me before the programming was at peace, was okay with being who he was you know what I'm saying, happy-go-lucky, peaceful kid. And then I got around kids who didn't love themselves, so they projected their pain. And then I took on their struggle. Like there was something wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. And I think a lot of us do that. I know our kids do that shit too. Like, cause we know our kids. We've seen the motherfuckers. And then when they try to act like they cooler than what the fuck they really are, I'm like, nigga, you still sleep in the bed, pissing in your damn sheets. Or, you know what I'm saying? You still sleep with your mama. We know what's going on with you trying to act all cool and shit in front of your little punk ass friends. But we love you anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that, programming. And that pressure of trying to be loved, trying to be accepted is a motherfucker. But there's nothing wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? The people that really, really fuck with you, they're okay with you being you. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you want to like, you can like it. Whatever you don't want to like, you don't have to like it. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself on that. Like I'm not gonna not talk to you because you don't listen to Logic or you don't listen to, you know what I'm saying, like early Will Smith like I do, or Andre 3000's Flute album, which everybody's giving shit over. I love that shit, and I hope Andre keep putting on all them garage sale clothes to play the flute like he's been doing since the beginning and having that creativity. Well, I'm all for it. But you can love what you love, man. Love what you love. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hanging with you because you like this, you know, type of music or whatnot. Just for you being you. Being in your presence is enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Just don't project your pain And if you're a woman, be feminine, because if you act like a nigga around me, I'm gonna have to treat you like a man. And it's unfortunate when that happens, but when you does, that's what does happen. You know what I'm saying? So when you does, that's what does happen. When you act like a man, I have to treat you like a man. I'm not gonna be soft with somebody that's acting like a fucking man. But I digress. So me before the programming, happy, peaceful, Ninja Turtles, lots of wrestling, Hulk Hogan, and Ultimate Warrior were my guys. Nintendo galore. And yeah, no worries. Hakuna Matata. What do you believe are the benefits of playing sports? Teaching life, teamwork, strategy.
Hey, what up, everybody? Yeah, do me a favor real quick. Just hit like, subscribe, and of course, comment if you have anything, obviously to mention about this.
Cognitive thinking, strength, competition. There are so many benefits of being a part of a team that I wish I knew when I was younger. But looking back now, like, again, if I had a son or something like that, or even my daughter, if she wants to be a part of it, if she wanted to be a part of a team, like, what it does is allow you to connect with people from different backgrounds and be exposed to different cultures. For instance, in the Air Force, or even working with the Navy now, like, there's different cultures that are in there, and we get to learn each other. It's like whenever we have like functions that bring people together for food, you get to see what, I would say this part of white culture, what they bring to, commonly tend to bring to luncheons or whatever. And then these people from the islands, what they bring to like the food gatherings. These people that are American Black, what they bring to, like the food things, what they request, or Asians, whatever, what have you. Like, you just got different walks of life all in the same room sharing their, food, and able to talk about it. It's just interesting. I always joke with some of my white friends about casserole. Like, I've never heard the term casserole was used as the name of the dish. It was never, you never called anything that was made at Thanksgiving, Christmas time, anything with a, Easter dinner, there was never a term called casserole used in my house, in my family. That's just what it was. But it's just funny to think about. But I've talked to many white friends, and yeah, they'll say, got corn casserole. The fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not something that's not something we would bring, but still good though. Like, what's the other shit? The green bean casserole. I can front on the term casserole all I want, but green bean casserole be fucking hitting. Depending on who make it, that shit be fucking hitting all day. Black man, speak proudly. Love my green bean casserole. All right. Whenever it's brought to whatever function that we might have with everybody. But you know what I'm saying? I think that's what's dope about it. Like, being part of a team, that is. And that part of playing sports is being on a team and being there for one another when shit hits the fan. When times are bad, when you feel low, there's you depending on your teammate will determine what they do to kind of cheer you up. Now, many times us in the Air Force, I know definitely me and Bird, you know what I'm saying? Me and Bird we've gone through some shit in our military days together, from tech school to present day for that matter. And the beauty of us both is that we can be long-winded, for one, and also a sense of humor that is uncanny. And a lot of those moments of sense of humor and just being long-winded talked us out of a lot of things that went through our head when we were in the Air Force. And other friends that we had too that were in the Air Force. We were all there for one another. When it was just in the dorms, it was just us, you know what I'm saying? And didn't have car, it was just us. Maybe video games and internet browsing at the time, but all we had was each other, and all we did was make jokes, we shared different music. That's another thing. Culturally, being on a team, you can get put on to different music. Be like somebody from New Orleans put that bounce music on. Somebody from the West Coast put in, hyphy, the hyphy movement. Somebody from New York, you know what I'm saying, like the boom bap sound. Somebody from Atlanta, Bankhead Bounce or trap shit, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you're from Chicago, drill music, just speaking from like a hip hop standpoint, or even those from Texas, and be like, you got black friends that grew up in Texas and they listen to country music despite stereotypes, thinking that country music is solely for, solely tends to be from white people, or tend to be liked by white people rather. But it's so dope that what sports can do, and if done effectively, it teaches family. If you got the right guidelines and principles in order, it'll bring about teamwork. It'll bring about being strategy, being a sense of being part of something bigger than you, which is, I think that's one of the greatest feelings for me, is to be a part of something that's greater than me, but still be able to stand alone and not be codependent. You know what I'm saying? But sports, man, they show triumph. They allow you to just have fun. They allow you to push yourself. If the right coach can bring out the best in their players, and you know what I'm saying, like, and an experienced coach knows different methods that they can do to reach said player. And I'm grateful for the many teams that I played on coming up, Church and Rec. Even though I quit twice on JV basketball team in high school, but looking back at it, it enabled us to just be a part of that moment. We were all away from our families outside of them coming to the games, and it was just us. We had to learn plays. I never did. I didn't put forth the effort. I had a fixed mindset, so I was too ashamed. I was more so worried about looking good instead of being good. And I did that for a lot of things in my life. And, again, ego's a bitch. But sports, they really do bring out the best in so many people. Like the stories that come from sports that are so inspirational, uplifting. I just watched American Underdog with Kurt Warner, Hall of Fame quarterback for the Rams and the Cardinals and the Giants briefly. But his story from going from being stocking the grocery stores at night, and then becoming an NFL quarterback. But he had to go through some bumps. He had to take the hits. Literally, he took the hits. But he started, he was on the Packers for like a day. They cut him. And then he had to wait 5 years to come back and actually get an audition after being in arena football. But he was able to develop so many friendships. He was able to show so much character and encouraging to his teammates, despite him being cut, despite him being benched. He was there for them. you know, and I believe sports has a way of bringing that out of people. You get to see the character. So like the way that a person plays on the field is a way how they approach life. A way how a person plays on the court is a way that, you know what I'm saying, they can approach life. So I like that sports brings men and women together to find a common interest, find different interests, and build camaraderie that enables them to be lifelong friends. A lot of my teammates from the military, we may not see each other ever, but you know, thanks to social media like Facebook groups and all that stuff, we're able to keep in contact, and we shared a bond, a moment that will never be duplicated. Being young in the Air Force, going to different, you know, spots around Fort Walton Beach. We were stationed at Hurlburt Field. Shout out to the 850. And there were so many moments, you know what I'm saying, that you hold very dearly with your brothers in arms and sisters in arms too. From being in the dorms, from getting from learning to move off base and getting BAH. Like walking to the chow hall at night at midnight chow when you didn't have a car, from the dorms, like getting deployed, going through basic training together, going through tech school together, eating certain foods at tech school in excess. Them chili fries was hitting, no joke. But there's so many moments that are created, and like Ferris Bueller says, if you don't look up, you could miss it. Truly, you could miss it. So it's like when you're in those moments, be in the moment. It's not gonna last forever. Everything has come to pass. You know, the present moment is all we have. And I love that sports is able to capture those moments, triumph, loss, or learn, rather, not loss, but learn. Because even when we lose, you know what I'm saying, like we learn to figure out how to be better next time. Sometimes there's not a next time. And that's another thing about sports that can happen. Like the seniors, when they lose, it's tough. It's tough because you want to win, but not everybody can win. It's all about who puts the best effort out there and who executes the most. The team that the teams that play the best as a team tend to win. The best team wins. Say majority of the time. Preparation matters. Effort over reward. But I believe those are a lot of the benefits of being on a sports team. You know, teamwork, strategy, cognitive thinking, competition, camaraderie amongst your people, and just overall teaching you the aspects of life. So I would definitely recommend, putting your kids or even you as an adult joining like an intramural league or something like that to have that type of bond. Who knows? May last a lifetime.
What apps do I use in my phone daily? More than likely, maybe 3 social media ones. For show promotion, it's going to be Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook too. Outside of that, Pinterest to come up with tattoo ideas, and also some mental health related like quotes to study. YouTube for sure. YouTube is like my university. That's where all the cramming is done. That's where all the studying comes in. You know, I have a schedule and all that stuff that I keep up with that. And then probably Old Navy app for sure. Between paying off the credit the credit card and getting free money for clothing allowance, and then also the one to pay the bill and all that stuff, the Barclays app. And you know, I'll use that one, like I said, to pay it off. And I really think that's it. I really do just use those there. So the typical social media ones: Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and then YouTube. Like I said, is my university. I'm definitely a student at YouTube University, as well as Pinterest. You know, Pinterest for tattoo ideas, Pinterest for a whole list of other things. You know, there's so much that you can do with Pinterest. And then, of course, the Old Navy app. The Old Navy app, that's where the style and all that stuff comes from, building from that. So, yeah, those are the apps that I use on a daily basis.
When did you start losing connection with friends from childhood? When we graduated. I believe that's really what was like the spark, you know what I'm saying, to make that happen, because we were all going on different paths. Some of us were going to the military, some of us were going to college. Hell, I remember going with my boy Shad to Norfolk State, you know, like for him to get settled in. And then, I was going to the Air Force. And, you know, we were thick as thieves in childhood, as far as like senior year and stuff like that. But paths just, you know, not living in Virginia and moving away, you know, you create new connections. And it doesn't take anything away from that bond. You just don't see each other as often. You may not talk to each other as often, but you know, like whenever we do come across one another, a lot of us, you know, we just pick up where we left off. I mean, my high school reunion was very therapeutic for me. It was great to see everyone that I was able to see. Of course, my best friend T-Dot. We still down to this day. Love you, girl. The way that we picked up, like literally it felt like it was 2003 and we were at the prom again, is what it felt like. To have all of us together, nobody was trying to hit on nobody. Well, at least not the ones that was around me. Who knows, there might have been some shit going on, but we were just there amongst each other, and we're adults, but we mingled with one another, even if it was just for the weekend. You know, it felt good to just be with you know, my classmates and see them as adults, see them grow up, see them be with their families, see them be parents, some grandparents, you know what I'm saying, and just embracing all of that, right? To see people overcome adversity, knowing their story prior to us getting to the prom, prior to us getting to you know, the reunion, and like seeing people really just blossom in whatever field they're in, man. Some people just like hearing people that you saw that were so self-centered, and then to talk with them and say that the greatest thing to them is just being a mom, man. Like that, you know, don't judge a person by chapter 2. Don't judge a person by chapter 2. There's so much more to be written, and you never know, man. You know, people evolve, but losing that, I would say we lost our connection because of the split from, I would say definitely say the split from being in, going down different paths. You know, distance, you know, can definitely play a factor, and I want to say that it did. But throughout the years, whether it be weddings, sometimes funerals, unfortunately, we come together, and we're there. It might be brief. It very well might be brief, but for that moment, that present moment, we are picking up the same jokes, still saying the same lines from the movies that we watched in high school. And it's bliss. It's blissful, man. Like the joy of just being with my guys from high school, whenever we catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to see the growth, watching them grow as men. I mean, I remember when we used to all just be, you know, trying to change for gym in middle school. And here we are now as fathers, as entrepreneurs, as workers, as husbands, leaders of our tribe, you know, and seeing that evolution. Same for the women. Like, I remember seeing a lot of my, my female friends from high school being little girls, barrettes and hair and shit like that in middle school. And I don't say, man, I don't think it was barrettes in middle school. It might have been somebody ponytails and shit. And then now, you know, to be grown, to be mothers, to be the backbone of, like, for their kids, to be able to put it on the line, to say that they do everything they can for their kids. I mean, it's just a thing of beauty to see. And like I said, I am very grateful for the times that we were able to have. A lot of our classmates are not here. We're not still here with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being able to appreciate the present moment, and just seeing the next chapter for everyone, especially myself, you know, but like seeing so many people just grow. That connection splits from childhood, but I mean, we're the ones that make the effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll keep in touch a little bit more, but shit happens, life happens, and you know, we got shit to do, but it's no ill will. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whenever we catch up, whenever we can. If I'm ever home to like VA and I go into like a Walmart and I run across shit, man. It's been a few times I've run across like ex-girlfriend, you know, or again, folks that I was really, really close with, or parents that I used to hang out at their house when I was in high school, and just seeing the different, you know, like, again, how different my personality is in present day versus what I was back then. And you know, it's just like watching the evolution, watching the growth, watching them age, you know what I'm saying? Some better than others, but it's just cool to see life, man. I'm grateful to just still be here, to share it with you, to share accounts of things that I've gone through, to share things that's probably that you know, whoever's watching this can relate to. And I mean, that's just the beauty of life, right? To be able to talk about life, share some things some people can relate to, some people it's new for them, and it can impact them in many ways. But like those times with the childhood buddies, I mean, you can't replace that shit. So there's so much laughter to be had with a lot of the, you know, the friends that we had as you know, as children, in middle school and high school and all that stuff. But yeah, we're approaching 40. Some of us already 40, but you know, it's like remembering seeing them at 10 years old playing basketball outside with good knees then, and to now be, you know, watching your kids go off to college, or watching them go to the military or start their own businesses, you know what I'm saying, which is so dope, man. But I think that the separation from the childhood friends started definitely right after high school, you know, based on the paths that we chose. But like I said, there's still no love lost, man. Those are my niggas for life. You know what I'm saying? Love them. Some of them have been on the podcast. Some of them have been, you know, yeah, they've been affiliated with a lot of stuff that's been going on with the journey, man. So it's good. So there's a couple conversations that have been recorded that we are able to look back on that. Damn, man, you know, we did that. So very grateful for them doing so. That's all she wrote. Good night, kids.